Last week, I was on a call with a bunch of brand marketers from some major brands, and we were talking about the difference between an SMS and an MMS and what kind of limitations you might have when it comes to character count in an MMS message. And they thought I should share this message a little bit more widely because there's some misinformation floating around about how many characters can be included in an MMS and that it may be a restriction from carriers and not vendors. So, first of all, what is an SMS? An SMS is the short message. You're limited to 160 characters. And if you add an emoji into that SMS, it actually turns the whole message into Unicode. And so now you're only able to send 70 characters in a single SMS segment. So if you go over that number, your message may still come across looking like one text to your end user, but you'd be charged for additional segments per SMS depending on the characters that are in there, right? So 160 characters, no emoji, 70 characters if you have an emoji, otherwise you're going to get charged for additional segments. On the other hand, with an MMS, we've heard that there are some vendors who are doing things the same way. So if you go over 160 characters in your MMS message, you're going to get charged more. If you add an emoji and you go over that 70 characters, you're going to be charged more for the additional segments that they need in order to send the message. Well, that is not a restriction due to carriers. That is a restriction on a vendor or vendors. So like, for example, the way that we do things here at TapOnIt is you could include as many characters as you want in a single MMS, no additional segment charges. I mean, literally you could include 5,000 characters if you wanted to. You shouldn't because nobody wants to read a book and a text message, but you can also have multiple emojis, links, and with us, you can have multiple images, which all of that's super important because it allows you to actually get your brand and your creativity across to the end users, and it drives a higher click-through rate and conversion rate. Now, with some of these other carrier or providers, what they're doing is they're charging you for that MMS segment, right? But then if you go over 160 characters, not only are you getting charged for an MMS, but you'll get charged for additional SMS segments, even though, again, it all comes across as one message. So not all text SMS vendors are created equally. There's different ways that people are doing pricing. So it's important just to understand how you're being charged so that as you're creating a message, you can decide how many characters do you actually want based on how much money you want to spend on a campaign. So the more you know. Thanks.